Streeterville is built on the remnants of the Chicago fire.
In 1886, just 400 feet east of Michigan Avenue, George Streeter beached his boat on a sandbar. Streeter claimed the area as his own and began charging developers who were rebuilding from the fire to dump their waste.
So for a long time, it would have been known as kind of a junkyard. It became an industrial corridor. It had a lot of factories. It had train line, rail spurs that came through there. But then as it started to develop, you saw restaurants and bars, and people would visit it more for that use. And then eventually the residential followed, which is kind of interesting because that's not unlike what's happened in the West Loop.
What were once commercial and office properties are seeing new life as residences.
Families are staying in downtown Chicago. The kids are growing up here. It's a great place to grow up. It's a wonderful city.
But with limited space, coincidentally, a problem first solved for businessmen in Chicago by the first skyscrapers in the country.
It wasn't until Otis invented the safety device on the elevator in 1853 that it created an opportunity for people to get into a higher building up and down without having to climb stairs.
The 10-story masonry home insurance building, designed by William LeBaron Jenney, was the first skyscraper in Chicago.
The old masonry buildings, they would take up almost an entire city block because their foundations would have to be so wide in order to support, say, 10 floors of a building. So with the invention of steel, they were able to build on a very small footprint and go vertical rather than going horizontal.
As we built taller and taller, Chicago's skyline changed. And in 1968, Streeterville became home to the world's second tallest building, for a while.
From the time my grandfather got out of the Army, he started working construction, carpentry in the city.
The tradespeople working on high-rises, obviously it's going to be a special breed.
And then he raised my father and his two brothers. They're both carpenters. And then my father raised me, and my two brothers and one of my sisters are carpenters.
It's not everybody's cut out for. Some people are scared. Some people are scared to go 10 feet.
Since I've been a carpenter, I've basically done nothing but work in high-rises in the downtown area.
At the very beginning, once you start getting on some of the taller buildings, and you realize that you're doing things correct, it's going to support you, your safety devices are there to protect you, you're not going to fall and hit the ground, then you're able to concentrate on the work, and then it doesn't matter how high you go.
And it's these skilled carpenters that are breathing new life into Streeterville by constructing a spectacular new residential tower, One Bennett Park, designed by a world-renowned architect.
Robert A. Stern looked at it in a unique way. He came and he visited Streeterville, and there was a lot of development going on. There were a lot of glassy towers being built, and he talked to us about Streeterville as a neighborhood, and he said, you know what this neighborhood needs? A soul.
It is a beautiful looking building. I really like the looks of it.
It's exciting. It really is exciting because you're adding to the skyline of Chicago. Secondly, you're bringing value to the neighborhood.
This building is one of the top-end buildings in the area right now. Everybody's going to want to come here.
When you're designing a home for someone, a beautiful home, the quality of the finishes, absolutely critical.
Everything is custom designed by Robert A. Stern, and to execute at the level of detail that he is asking for, union labor was critical.
Chicago really serves as a model for the entire country of how private developers can work extremely well with unions to deliver the absolute best product at the best price.
And I think a big reason for that, as the vice president in charge of construction, are our building trades and our ability to be able to tap on a very skilled and trained and proud group of men and women who share the same values that we do for good quality, long-lasting product.
This is the best of the best. The guys that put the stuff together here are the most skilled in the city.
You don't want to cut corners. The companies that we're working for here at this project, they don't cut corners.
This is not just another office building or something. This is somewhere really special for people to live And the guys all know it here. They know they're building something special.
It's built with pride, it's built with good craftsmanship, it's built with people that love what they're doing.